Alright, day 3 of practice. Gotta drop something off first. Man, these snowplows are taking a break, I guess. They deserve it after a long winter. But I had to park right beside the highway here. I already had an 18-wheeler almost run me over. Oh well, it could be worse. At least they got one pass in, but look at all this new snow. It's amazing. See if I can get up this bank. Oh, there's new snow in the parking lot. Alright, I think I got what I need. Oh yeah, night and day with this ski. It's like we got a reset. Winter reset again. Should we start the winter is coming hashtags? Alright, here we go. Big climb up the mountain. As you can see, visibility is nil. Luckily, I know my way around here, I think. Oh no, it's pure ice up here. That was squirrely. Ah, too bad. All the new snow got blown off up here. Except for some wicked drifts. Okay, I'm gonna do some measurements on covering that gap. Surprisingly, very little to no snow went in there after the storm. We got quite a bit of new snow though. It's hard to tell up here because it all blew off. Alright, got that task done. Now it's on to training. There is quite a bit of new snow. Came down kind of not unexpectedly, but I wasn't thinking up here there would be that much new snow. Feels a little different from the lighter stuff that was up higher. I keep remembering I'm on a new machine. Be careful with the creeping. Look at this. We are back to the Game of Thrones feel like we had early in the season. Fitting with the new, I think Game of Thrones is coming out. final season, the big, much anticipated. Got my own little Game of Thrones going here. Excellent snow bike conditions. Help if visibility was a little better, but these are good trees to practice in. Kind of forgiving. Watch out for snags like that. It's one thing that worries me about this Yeti ski. It's so much more aggressive. More chance of hitting something hard and snapping some forks, flying over the handlebars. This is great snow biking snow. It's just supportive enough, soft, carvy, feels plush, or maybe that's my new suspension. Anyway, these will be some good trees to practice in. So if I clock one, they look fairly resilient. I don't know if I've been back here before. Sweet little zone. Trees are getting too thick down in there though. Don't see any clear exit spots back there, because I think that's a spot you can actually shoot down to the trail. Summer trail down there. Oh, there was a little bit of a shot there. Anyway, that's why I'm in here. I'm building up some confidence to do the much tighter stuff. Go down into spots where I don't know if there's an exit or not. Well, I shouldn't jinx myself, but I have not yet fallen over on this new kit. Yeah, it's one of the things early on you start falling over, but then I start noticing last season and this season how few times I fall over. Some of it just comes down to knowing how to use that throttle to keep yourself up and thinking ahead. Thinking ahead's really important. Know where you're going to stop. Put a foot down. Some of this back in here is kind of wind ravaged. Got kind of stuck in a time warp back there. I couldn't figure out how I got in there. Kind of a amazing that these tree wells are still holding up pretty good. Whoa. Was not expecting that hump. Am I on a road or in a creek bed? I think it's a road. Logging they did in here really did some great things to open it up. This new snow feels absolutely perfect for carving. Smooth, like much better than that chunky stuff that was just bouncing me all over the place. That's all it takes is a little bit. Love April riding around here. Snowpack's consolidated, things get much safer from the standpoint of avalanche danger. It's much easier to go where you want to go. Plus everyone else quits. They hang up their sleds and you get everything all to yourself. Really hard getting people to go out with you this time of year. It's kind of weird because this is when, much better than December, when everyone's jonesing for snow and goes out and hits rocks and everything. Now we've got a nice base and then no one wants to go anymore. In December it's cold, snow's not great. No snowpack. This time of year, usually it's comfortable. Good snowpack. Had some of my best days in April. Well, that's why I'm out here practicing. I almost hit that tree. That reacted a little different than I was expecting on that climb, and I just narrowly escaped that tree. On my cams though, I could always do like a little butt wiggle and kind of throw the bars where I wanted to, but the ski's a little more aggressive, and that figuring out, well, that's why I'm out here. I'm trying to figure out the feel of what I need to do for micro adjustments while I'm riding. See how this reacts to all different things that you throw at it. See how the brake works. That was one of the knocks on the Yeti, is having your brakes going out, but I guess I bled it pretty well, and maybe it's just because it's spring conditions. But my brake's been working good. Actually a lot better than the cams though. But of course I haven't had it in the really crazy stuff yet. Deep, with all kinds of snow and ice packing around it. Some good tree side hill training here. kind of line it can hold. The other problem with December is all these little things that are covered up like that have a bottomless, the snow is so much lighter underneath it, you have much more chance of just sticking something underneath the snow and busting off something. Happens all the time. Early spring, hit a rock, hit something, but as the snowpack consolidates like this time of year, some of that stuff just shows itself better and you have less chance of just clocking something hidden underneath the new snow. Can still happen though, so I'm vigilant. The other thing about this practice zone is it's great because I'm just paralleling the highway, so if something does happen, I can probably walk down and hitchhike. Might be dangerous pulling off that snowbank, but it's definitely got, snowbank's a lot shorter than it was a month ago. So I kind of like these practice zones that have a little bit of everything, and then always got your get out of Dodge plan. There's a campground down here. See if any picnic tables are showing. Yeah, I think I'm in the campground right now. It kind of looked like, yep, there's a bathroom. Yeah, I'm kind of dropping down out of the fog. It's probably a picnic table right there. Probably just jumped off another one. Shows the snowpack is still decent. Picnic tables haven't shown yet. Guess it goes to show I still have my sense of direction and where I'm at. I definitely can see a lot better down here than when I was up top there. Better be careful here though, I might endo onto the highway. You can see the highway there. Sure where I'm at. Wow, this thing just pulls amazing. Not as good as a snowmobile, but pretty amazing. Yeah, this is a great zone to practice in. All three of my snow bike setups I've brought in here as kind of an initial. Oh, there's a cool black and white bird there. But I think they logged this 3 years ago, because I remember coming up that road with my fat bike trying to pedal up it, and they were logging, they were slapping down trees like almost right in front of me. I was like, I better get out of here. Dangerous. I think that was 3 winters ago. So I'm taking advantage of the thinning. It's got just a gentle slope, a little bit steep in places, but the trees are well spaced. It gives you a few challenges. And again, and the highway's right down there, so if something happens I need to bail, that's where I can go. Well, that's what I was looking for, a ski that would do that for me. More aggressive, turns me uphill, and then I got the extra power on top of that with this lighter setup in the belt drive. I am happy with the setup. See if I can shoot this gap. Right up into the no-see zone. Suspension is feeling so nice. In addition to the soft snow, I'm just kind of floating. It's not rubbing my crotch raw. Although I know a lot of people complain about the seat, and they're adding seats and complaining about how long they have to be on it. That is really not a concern of mine, just because I spend hours and hours and hours riding mountain bikes and road bikes, and I got pretty much the iron taint going. So these seats are actually more comfortable, and I don't really have problems with this. And this is the stock seat, and I can ride for hours on it, but sometimes there is a little abrasiveness if I'm on a bumpy trail and I'm up and down quite a bit, but I don't think I've ever had any type of sores or hurt from sitting on a bike too long. Motorbike, that is. See if I can work through these drifts. An interesting route down. Wow, that was a chasm under that drift. Let's see what a pivot turn will do. We'll switch back. Gotta be careful here. Big cistern. See that thing's spouting out? It's cool. It's like Old Faithful.